Hello, Envoy Helix here to explain a little something about Soulframe Prelude. What is the Preludes part of Soulframe? Now, later this week, I will be working with Smooth Operator to discuss the different aspects of Soulframe Preludes 13, but I wanted to address this very common question. Part of me feels like as gamers, we've been given a strange set of expectations when we hear that a game is in early access. To some, that means that the game is in an alpha or beta state, where there are some things, but not a full or complete game. For those who want to test out a game, this is essentially test mode, and a few, if any, of the final bells and whistles of a fully established game are included. For others, that means that the game is almost ready to be shipped to the masses, and you're paying to get in before final release, or trying to earn a code to play early, whichever may be the case. But in terms of Soulframe, Preludes is a pre-alpha state. That means that despite appearances, the game is not anywhere near a finished product for gamers. Now you might be saying, well, Helix, I've seen you play this game. There seems to be hours of content. And that's true. There is quite a bit of content in this game, especially if you're picking it up for the first time. However, I wanted to explain a little bit in a way that might make a little bit more sense. As some of you may know, I'm a writer at heart. Books are my bread and butter. I love stories, I love writing, and while I won't claim to be a pro, I definitely feel connected to the book world. So how I try to wrap my brain around the intricacies of pre-alpha is with books. As an author, you can write a book and send out your drafts to folks to beta read. That's essentially the equivalent of a game being in alpha or beta state. However, what if I wrote, say, 1/3 of a book and sent it out to the beta readers? That's basically what's happening with Preludes. Players are receiving the game thinking that they're getting the first draft of a completed game, not realizing that they are receiving but a small piece of a greater whole. What's more, players don't realize how much they are helping to shape the overall gameplay, the drive of the story, or how the developers respond to the game. Right now, the game is in a place where part of it is structure and bones of a story, with some of the sinew in place. But the arteries and the flesh that holds the beast together isn't necessarily there yet. That's right, we're Frankensteining this game. The clay is there to be shaped and molded, and while DE may have an idea of what they want the overall shape to be, they want player feedback into the design as well. We are essentially stakeholders in this game, and the devs want to know what we want to get out of it. That's why I tell people to provide their feedback, even if it seems outlandish. The worst thing that the devs can do is say no. But what if they just happen to see an idea and fall in love with it and run with it? This is an opportunity for you to share your creative thoughts on what you want in your gameplay. Do you want to be able to craft your own village, or a village that you can build up as sort of a refuge for NPCs that you rescue? Do you want to see more NPCs to interact with in the various villages? Is there a certain type of mount that you'd like to see? Yes, I did add my obligatory mount reference. What about PvP? Well, I'm not personally a fan of PvP. I think that there are ways to add PvP elements to the game, such as jousting or races with mounts. What about future weapons, armor, or pacts? These are all things that you can provide to the team as feedback while they continue to develop the game. Anyways, Envoy, please let me know your thoughts on Preludes. Is it what you thought it would be? Something completely different? Better? Or worse? Anyways, until next time, Envoy, hasta la pasta.